Watch now, there's a growing danger in eating disorders. Research shows that between 25 to 30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. And while most think anorexia and bulimia just impacts young women, numbers show 1 in every 3 Americans affected by eating disorders are men. Sadly, every 62 minutes, at least one person dies because of an eating disorder, making it the deadliest of all mental health illnesses. And joining us this morning to talk more about it, licensed mental health counselor Shantala Boss. Great to see you. How are you?
Wow, very good.
And you know, a lot of people don't realize how dangerous it is, but when you have a mental health issue like this, that literally impacts your body, your organs eventually start failing. Is that
Yes.
what happens?
Yes, it's very dangerous to your overall mental and physical health, and I think that's why it is so deadly. And it's hard to spot, it's hard to see. I think sometimes when we think of an eating disorder, we typically think of anorexia or a emaciated individual who wants to look like a Victoria's Secret model and just can't seem to figure out how to get there. But usually eating disorders are for a much deeper cause and reason, and there are different types. There's binge eating disorder, and then bulimia, which anorexia and bulimia kind of coincide hand in hand. So it's hard to spot some of the things that go with that, and it's not always what we would expect or maybe see.
Well, because a lot of times, don't people who have these illnesses often try to hide them, and they do a very good job of hiding them, don't they?
They do a very good job hiding them, because it may not always be excessive weight loss. It could be excessive weight gain, or they could be somewhere in the middle. With bulimia, they're overindulging on food, but then they're also purging that food.
Right.
So usually their weight will maintain about the same. So you need to look for signs like secretive behaviors about food, maybe wrappers hidden. If it's, you know, you're living with the individual, maybe in the bedroom, they're hiding things, food that was purchased and then somehow disappears. Sometimes when they go on binges, they'll buy a whole bunch of food and fill the fridge up, and then over the weekend when no one's home, perhaps close the blinds, stay inside, and eat all of the food. So there's also a lot of physical symptoms as far as with anorexia. There can be hair thinning, there can be fuzz on the skin due to malnutrition, and not wanting to talk about food, not wanting to go to activities that have food involved in it, a lot of shame and guilt, and never feeling good enough or thin enough. Always bad-mouthing themselves, very low self-esteem.
Okay. And men too, right? We're not just talking women, but men a little bit different perhaps.
Men have anorexia and also bulimia, but men suffer more from binge eating disorder, and that's coming out a little bit more lately, where there is no purging, there's no laxatives, there's no excessive exercise or way to get rid of the calories, there's just extended binging, and the person won't look like they eat much. They'll even say they don't eat much, but then they'll be hiding the food and increasing that food. And the reasons are a lot of self-loathing, shame, isolation. Sometimes food or overeating gives a person a high or a sense of relief for a period of time, but also it can be self-punishment due to whatever issues may be going on in their life, and a low self-esteem, self-image, feelings of worthlessness.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate you being here and talking to us about it. It is Eating Disorders Awareness Week, so something that we should all be mindful of. Shantala,
Yes.
how can our viewers find you?
Anyone can reach me on my website, which is shantalaboss.com.
Okay. Thank you so much. Great to see you as always.